Welcome to TiEcon Live. My name is Mateen Syed. I have great pleasure in welcoming an icon of Silicon Valley. She's been on the entrepreneur journey twice, very successfully, until she was tapped by another legend of the Valley, Vinod Dham, to head NEA Indo-US Ventures in Bangalore as its managing director. She's intelligent, savvy, and people who know her closely swear by her charm. Vani, welcome.
Well, that's one of a great introduction that I don't think anybody else is going to repeat. So,
It's great to have you back here.
very pleased to be here.
I remember it's close to about 2 years when you decided to go back to India. There were a lot of opportunities, a lot of promises, and you thought, I should just go and take plunge into it. I was one of the privileged ones to be invited to your inaugural last year. So officially you launched your fund in January of 07. How has been the journey so far?
Well, there are multifacets to this journey. First, professionally, I think India is just a unique opportunity now. So much happening and so much entrepreneurial energy, and it's a rare privilege to feel like we are in a Silicon Valley of the 70s when everything was just happening and beginning. And personally, also it has been a gift to be able to go back after so many years, 22 years, back to India and reconnect back into the culture. It's been one of the best decisions that I have made.
Valley has an entrepreneurial ecosystem. You have been part of it. We have access to venture capital. We have mentoring.
Yeah.
So failure is actually a stepping stone to the next venture.
Yeah.
How do you think we can overcome these challenges? Because this culture doesn't exist in India as yet.
That's what you think, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have been back there doing what we are doing. We've raised a close to $200 million fund focused on investing primarily in early stage ventures, which means these are not companies that exist and people that are famous. These are ideas that are in people's minds and people that are yet undiscovered as the next generation leaders, right? And I really think that entrepreneurism is in the Indian DNA. Otherwise, it wasn't just this couple of decades of coming to America, land of opportunity that it is, that this entrepreneurism and TiE and everything that it is represents has blossomed. You need the right environment, true, but you also need the right people involved in the environment. So I think what we'll see in India in the next 10, 15-year horizon, if we look, is the right environment that allowed for the latent entrepreneurial energy that does exist in India to blossom and flourish, and the next generation stories being made. And yes, there are balances or imbalances in the ecosystem if you compare it to Silicon Valley, but there's a lot happening there that I am very enthusiastic about, but also, how should I say, very proud about.
You've been one of the trailblazers when it comes to women entrepreneurs in the Valley. I think when you started, it was still a very big deal for a woman to not start one but two and successfully exit. How do you see the challenges for women professionals and entrepreneurs in India? You think, the ecosystem should be very inclusive for women entrepreneurs, or do you see a lot more challenges than compared to male entrepreneurs?
No more, no less than it is here. I don't think it's a red carpet here, nor should you expect one to be an entrepreneur, period, and women or otherwise. And India is no different. There are lots of Indian forums, including a TiE women's forum in Bangalore. And this question gets asked over and over again, right? And I tell them if they stop focusing and saying, I'm a woman, I'm disadvantaged or whatever, then the problems they'll have is the same as everybody else, and okay, they can deal with it.
When you look for entrepreneurs to fund their startups at whatever level you're trying to fund, do you see a difference, or do you see now that because of the ecosystem, there are a lot more advantages for entrepreneurs, so the challenges are not as huge as they were when you were starting out?
You mean here or in India?
In India, in Bangalore.
In India, I find that the entrepreneurs were a lot smarter than when I got started out as an entrepreneur here. They come prepared, they know what a term sheet is, which I didn't even know. They know how to reach out to these VCs, they know how to network, and they come very prepared to meetings. Now, culturally, I find two differences that are, I think, fundamental to the Indian environment. One is here we take for granted that you do startups for a lot of reasons, but one is a positive commercial outcome has to come out of it, right? In India, too, that is there, but there's a lot more emotion tied up to it, which sometimes creates a barrier for them to look at it as, success is not adequate if you can't demonstrate it through a financial measure. I also think that what I appreciate and cherish in the Valley of this distribution of wealth creation is happening in India, but in a much slower pace. There is still this mindset of, I started the company, so I need to own all of it, versus I started the company, but I'm not singularly the only person who's going to take it from here till there. And if I need other journeymen to carry the load, they got to carry right rewards that go with that. That mindset is beginning, but it is not, how should I say, as democratic as what we have here. And that aspect has to change if high quality companies that reach a significant level of success are going to get created.
On a personal note, I know you lead a very balanced life. You have two very beautiful daughters, a doting mother you are. How are you settling down in terms of family life? The girls enjoy it? Do you get time to hike?
They come back from school in their school bus, drop their bags in front of the house, don't even come inside, take their bikes, and they're tearing around the neighborhood, which they never got a chance to do that here. So actually, Tara said to me something that I was very touched. She said a few months after we were in India, maybe 8 months or something, she said, Mom, I feel like I got my childhood back, because here we are chauffeuring them everywhere and we are over-nurturing, over-protective. There, rightly or wrongly, you give them a sense of their own space, and and I think that's important for them to blossom. So they've done very well in India. Yeah.
Well, it's been truly a pleasure. Thank you.
Good to see you again, Mateen.
We were talking to Vani Kola. You're watching this on TiEcon Live. Don't forget to watch our other interviews on mytiecon.com. Thank you.